The Nina Haggerty Center for the Arts is a place that offers adults with developmental disabilities the opportunity to make art. We had a lot of people in the city who were persons with disabilities and who were interested in making art, but who I think always saw themselves as someone who lived at a group home or who worked at an agency. And now, when you ask them, who are you, what do you do, one of the first things they will say is, I'm an artist and I make art.
I'm Leo Wang, and I have been a famous traveler artist,
When did you discover that you had talent?
Somebody told me.
I don't even like what I did here. It's very abstract. And yet, believe it or not, everybody sees something else in it. And in a way, that's nice.
One of the most exciting things on the horizon for the Nina Haggerty Center is the possibility of having a new home on Alberta Avenue. It's such a vibrant scene there, and it's such a great opportunity for our artists to have a lead role in doing something positive for our city and helping with the revitalization there.
Hearing about the possibility of bringing Nina Haggerty Center for the Arts to the Avenue was amazing to me. When we began chatting and I met Wendy and came down and actually looked at the center, and it was just invigorating.
Edmonton Inner City Housing was really interested in doing something on the Avenue. It was really helpful to consider us as a partner. And before you knew it, IX owned a lot on the Avenue, and suddenly there was a big push. So, okay, what are we going to do? What's the project going to look like? Let's start talking to an architect. Let's get the community involved. We held a design charrette. We invited artists, we invited people that live in the area, people from the Community League. The big challenge was that we had no money, and this came up very quickly from the point of let's talk about it to all of a sudden this building's going in the ground. As the building is being built, I would go every 2 weeks to a site meeting and discuss the building progress and how it was coming along. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, but we don't have any money. I don't know if it's going to be ours or not. So we had a lot of fingers crossed. We finally knew that a letter was on the way, and we knew that the results were in that letter. We were going to get the grant or not. And of course, in true Nina fashion, we just threw a party. We invited everyone. And we opened the letter live, and it was either going to be tears or cheers.
I hope we hear some good news.
I'll keep my fingers crossed because we're hoping we get the new building.
They say I might get a whole room to myself.
I am pleased to advise you that $750,000.
And that was truly just months before we were to take possession of the building. We moved in on a Tuesday. All our gear arrived. We opened the studio, welcomed our artists back. They'd been off for a 3-week break.
How are you?
Good.
What do you think so far?
Oh, I'm so happy.
This is my first time at the new center.
I couldn't sleep in.
Within an hour, half an hour of people arriving, they were sitting down, creating art, and it was as though we'd always been here. I couldn't believe how smooth the transition it was, actually.
You know what? I'm beginning to like it.
Kaleido Festival occurred within a month of our moving in, so we hosted their No Tie Gala, the kickoff for the festival, and did our ribbon cutting, our official opening the same night.
For us as a community, seeing that there was the city support, then knowing that Mayor Mandel and his wife Lynn were really supporting what was happening, and then Ike's doing something that they normally don't do, you know, was really neat seeing some creative juices behind and some real innovation. I just couldn't believe that it was really all happening. It seemed like it was a dream.
This never would happen without the city's involvement. They introduced us to our partners, including the Alberta Avenue Business Association and Arts on the Ave. It's been very, very important right from the beginning.
Seeing the arts be a leader in our community, just seeing vibrancy and life again in the community, I think it's just something wonderful to be able to walk by and look into the windows and see creativity just emerging out of the artists that are the Nina artists.
There's something really exciting happening on 118th right now, and I think we can become a really important part of that. So the more other groups that are using this center, feeling comfortable around our population and looking at their work, it's only going to help everybody get a little bit more understanding and feel a little bit closer to each other.
Well, of course, at the heart of it is the artist and the collective. And being here, they have a chance to progress. We've already been able to introduce new media. We have photography going on this year. We have dance.
We're shifting from drawing and painting focus into other ways of making art that don't require those skills. Not every artist is a drawer or a painter. But the people who are dancing are showing this professional dancer things about dance that she didn't really think about before. You know, so that kind of very basic dialogue in terms of what we can learn about creativity from the people that we support, well, we see it happening again in the context of dance and movement.
The progress that people have made is really incredible. They're branching out in different mediums and they'll tell you, well, I prefer photography or clay, or it's really amazing. It's very successful. We've exceeded always every expectation, but it's a challenge for us every day, every year, to make sure that we have enough money to make ends meet and to keep doing what we do, let alone expanding, but just even to maintain. Like all arts organizations, we need that support all the time, every year.
We went through a period of time where we weren't really sure how it was all going to go and whether there would be enough money. And so the sense that we can become a permanent fixture in the sort of 118th Avenue and give the artists who come here the sense that they have their own place that belongs to them. That will never go away. They're contributing citizens who don't just contribute their labor and their time, but also contribute their feelings, their thoughts, and their creativity.